Well guys, this very serious brand just got even more serious. Now, normally I start off with the traction of the shoe, but today I'm going to be starting off with the cushion because we have options that is so exciting to see, especially in today's sneaker space. Starting off with the Quick System. The Quick System is Evalon, at least what they're calling their proprietary blend. This is an EVA blend for them, and it works very well if you just want a smooth transition throughout. Definitely go with this. This is definitely more in line with what you see in Kobe midsoles when they did the whole midsole system. Not only that, but for the quick foam and for the strength, you are going to get a sock liner. And speaking of the strength midsole, on the back, they added even more cushion, which is this gel pad in the forefoot and the heel. And it's also surrounded by eTPU foam for a little bit more compression and a little bit more bounce back when you're using the strength midsole. This is definitely an incremental upgrade over the quick foam if you're needing a little bit more cushion. And to add even more to the strength midsole, we have the support option. The support option adds a TPU outrigger. And not only that, but these are revised versions built off of the Player 1 model. So you're gonna have a better toe box for your toes to splay out a little more and not be so crushed and suffocated as I heard from the previous models. Now with these different options, you are going to be able to customize this however you like to. For most people, I recommend just doing the quick foam or the strength foam. If you feel like you need the additional support, definitely get the support midsole. Either way, to have options in for just one shoe that you buy or for multiple models that you buy under the Serious Player only, you are definitely going to enjoy this and rotate them out however you like. If you feel like you need just a neutral platform, go with the quick. If you feel like you need a little bit more bounce, go with the strength. If you feel like you need a little bit more support, go with the support. It's amazing to have these options and the ability to pick and choose however you want to feel like on the basketball court. This is mind-blowing to me because I was in that era, but I didn't have the ability to have that choice because they were so expensive. And now to have adult money and to go out and buy these and to enjoy the whole midsole interchangeable, system, this is crazy and bonkers to me, and I'm reveling in it. Either way, you're gonna enjoy the cushion, whichever option you pick. What's going to come standard if you buy the Player 1 Plus is going to be the strength and the quick foam, so you're definitely going to be interchanging those. You have to buy the support midsole additionally. Not only that, but a whole new midsole is going to be made entirely out of eTPU. Their proprietary blend is going to be coming to their website. That's amazing. You're gonna have a fourth option to pick from, whether you have, again, one model or another model. Crazy. Now getting back to the foundation of the shoe, let's talk about the traction. This traction is very aggressive looking. It's a multi-directional, half radial, half herringbone traction, but this gets the job done on any type of surface. And like Chris mentioned in his initial breakdown of the shoe, this is definitely a lot thicker than the Player 1. The Player 1 Plus offers a more durable outsole, and that shows up. It started with 2 millimeters of depth and it ended with 2 millimeters of depth in my initial review. And I didn't just test this indoors or, on different indoor options. I also tested these outdoors on multiple different surfaces. This was tested on hardwood, multi-purpose room type floors. This was tested on the tennis courts. This was tested on asphalt, and it still held up very well. It ground down very evenly, but it didn't ground down past the point of the initial wear of 2 millimeters. Like I mentioned, it stayed at 2 millimeters the entire time of testing, so this is definitely going to last. Especially for that price point, how much you are paying for this, you definitely want the rubber to last. This is just almost on the same level as the Kobe 9 in terms of traction feel. If I were to rank this amongst the cushion, if I were to rank this among the greatest traction of all time, you have, for me, the Air Jordan 1 Brand Black as number 1, Kobe 9 Curry Flow traction for number 2, and then this would sit at number 3. This is so close to them that honestly, you won't even think about those other 2 options. You're just gonna be wiping after maybe 3 or 4 games. You're definitely going to love the traction on this. Now, if you need some squeak, these are definitely gonna have you covered no matter what surface you're gonna have. So if you enjoy the squeak, you're definitely gonna enjoy these, along with some great traction. Now getting into the support of the shoe, what doesn't this shoe have in terms of support? You have a very flat base and a carbon fiber plate, external heel counter and internal heel counter. You also have a TPU outrigger and a protective film for those heavy forefoot movements. You also have a TPU eye stay and a very structured mesh knit upper. And I particularly like how they did it on the Game 1 because if you're a comic book fan, I immediately thought of Silk when I saw this, and imagine if she made a shoe. So if you're a comic book fan and you think the same thing, this is just amazing geekiness to you. But in terms of performance, the structure is lightweight, but with all those materials working together in harmony, this shoe is going to keep you very supportive while you're playing or doing very aggressive hezzy combos or any types of movements on defense that you're going to be doing. Not only that, but like I said, that internal external heel counter combo is going to keep you locked onto the footbed and make sure your ankle is not going to roll over unless you step on somebody's foot. That just happens in basketball. In any shoe, you're going to be SOL. So, but with this shoe, in all cases, that is not a freak accident, is going to have you covered no matter which way you look at it. I mean, even the torsion, there's hardly a lot of bend into this, but it provides a lot of flexibility, just enough to give you a good amount of mobility in this shoe. And like I said, if you need additional support, go get that midsole, the supportive midsole, pop it in, you'll be good to go. Now getting into the fit of the shoe. First off, this is an overseas product, so definitely go with your Euro size. I went with the size 45 and they worked great. I got a half thumb's width of space in the toe just to have enough for toe splaying. Locked me right into the heel, and I prefer to have the top eyelet to draw my heel right into the back of the shoe. Not only that, but the inner sculpting of the shoe is going to mold very nicely to your foot shape across the entire shoe. And not only with the fit, this is definitely something that you don't really see, especially on modern day basketball shoes, is a customable lacing option. This goes all the way down to the forefoot. So if you need a little less forefoot lock, then, you know, loosen the forefoot a little bit. Same thing with the midfoot and the heel, however you want it. Especially for wide footers, that is such a good option to see in the sneaker space. So as long as you go with your Euro size, go with that true size, and you'll be good to go. And getting into the materials of the shoe, like I mentioned in the support section, you have a engineered mesh upper, and in the back you have synthetic leather. Not only that, but you also have it on the tongue as well. And you also have what looks like a Nike Torch tongue, but it's their own version, and this is great for ventilation, but also to relieve lace pressure. And speaking of lace pressure, real quick, I wanted to bring the tulip colorway. So real quick, I don't know if this was just my pair. So far it hasn't happened on this pair as I've worn it, but be mindful of how much stress you're putting on the laces, especially in the TPU eye stay area. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how much torque I was putting on at the time, but in the midfoot, it overflexed quite a bit and popped one of the eye stays as I was playing it. All I did was reconfigure the lacing system. I basically just skipped that rung of laces, and still I was locked in and good to go. So even if one pops off, you're still gonna be supportive and not worry about any injuries whatsoever. Besides that, playing indoors or outdoors, the material is going to last. The TPU overlays and a lot of the synthetic upper is not going to be damaged, especially on this one that I've played a heavy amount in. The TPU hasn't shown any signs of wear, and all the fabric has stayed in place. Just some minor dirt and some scuffs here and there, but other than that, the material is going to hold up very well. Overall, the Serious Player Only Player One Plus is a great option to buy, especially if you're into Kobe's. The traction is so close to being on par. The support of the shoe is almost Kobe-like, and the fit is almost like the Kobe 9, which is easily one of the greatest shoes of all time. And the support is also on par as well, while being minimal, but being very supportive as well. And I can't mention this enough, like I mentioned in the cushion section, we have options. This has not been seen or has been done in recent memory. This is something that we should support and especially give a lot of our attention to in the sneaker space. So big shout out to you guys, and I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future. And with that being said, make sure you guys subscribe and swing by next time to see more videos and more content here on SneakerWeb. I'm Rico. Peace, guys.